Hey everyone, this is Bobo the Vulture. It's time to play more Gran Turismo, so let's play it. That's right, let's play Gran Turismo. Last time I got the Subaru rally car, and man, I loved it. And used it to win the UK Japan Cup, which got us this, the TVR Cerra LM edition. Gonna hop in that. I have gotten into it. I've gotten into this, folks. Yeah. Rocking out is so this car, 12,000. No, we're not doing that. I will go in here and have a look at the Cerra non-LM edition here. We can read up a little bit about it. It's now one of Britain's best specialist sports car makers with a history to match Lotus. Is it really? 1995, it announced the Cerbereee. I was given a wheelbase. I mean, TVR, I'm not trying to, denigrate TVR as a company, but Lotus, there aren't that many British car makes that can top Lotus, especially in terms of auto racing. In terms of cars, they just made a bunch of cars. I mean, there are companies like Triumph and stuff like that, maybe, but anyhow, this was turned into a 2+2 coupe. It's powered by a 4.2-liter V8 overhead cam called the AJP8. Yeah, that is a maximum speed. This model, combination of lightweight body and powerful engine, has all the traits of a classic sports car, but is still capable of embarrassing the most recent Japanese sport cars. Yeah, their whole big thing was they tended to make cars out of very lightweight materials. They weren't necessarily really mechanically sophisticated, but let's see. Mufflers should already have all that stuff taken care of. Usually there are only certain things. Yeah, like this stuff. It's like, what are you talking about? This is not... I can't increase the displacement, I can't do any port polishing, anything like that. But can I NA tune? Wait, no! I want to see if I can tune that car up anymore. Some of the special cars you can still do even more tuning to, if I remember right. Of course, it's been enough years that maybe I'm wrong. Okay, maybe I'm wrong. Pretty sure you can't slap a turbocharger on this car. No, you can't do anything with this. Alright, I thought you could. You can't. It already has ultra super soft racing time. Well, fine then. This exists. Let's go ahead and try and use it anyways. Let's use it in the UK versus US Cup. It is classic sports cars, British sports cars versus American sports cars. Of course, the pictures here, they lie to you. There's a TVR, what is the Camaro? I forget what they call the various TVRs. And a Viper, but they're like non-racing versions, even though we've entered this contest before and it didn't go well. But they were definitely racing modified cars. They were all race cars. A racer's racer. However you want to, categorize the thing. Anyways, Trial Mountain backwards. I'm going to go ahead and do a test run since I've never driven this car. Well, I'm sure I probably drove it at some point 10, 15 years ago. Fairly free revving, that's nice. Okay, I just was sort of letting it accelerate in a straight line and wasn't even noticing that it was probably getting up to be time to turn. It's pretty agile, and it will accelerate like the dickens. Probably shouldn't do that. Let's go ahead and start the qualifying session. I have an idea of how this car performs now. That's all I'm really going to get before this whole thing starts, unless I spend forever practicing anyways. That wasn't a bad way to take that turn at all, folks. I'm sure I'll have forgotten how I did it by the time the race comes along, but yeah, TVR always been, even back before most British car makes were niche car makes, was always something of a niche car make. But yeah, they made cars out of, usually had fiberglass bodies, you know, lightweight compounds. I mean, you know, that they're not the only car company to ever do that. I mean, you know, half of the Corvette's claim to fame has always been the extensive use of synthetic materials in it. They used to call it the plastic fantastic. Because it reduces weight. It's lighter than, oh, would you look at that? Even with that little bit of a hiccup, still 48 thousandths of a second, not by much, but still faster than the Viper GTS. Now, as long as I can keep it under control here, maybe things will be okay. Of course, I got a good qualifying with, I feel like I've gotten good qualifyings at Trial Mountain before and then messed up the actual race, so maybe I shouldn't count my chickens. Maybe I should count my chickens, but just not tell you what I found. The findings of my chicken count. Oh, nicely done. Okay, that's braking a little bit too early. But, yeah, you know, so, composites, materials like fiberglass, that sort of thing. Lighter weight, so, I mean, you know, you end up with a lighter car, which ends up being more efficient and, you know, potentially faster, if that is the thing that you're trying to get out of the car. So I'm sure, you know, the question arises, well, how come they don't do that with every car? Well, there are a couple of reasons. Whoa, 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 whoa. Let's try and keep under control here. But yeah, there are a couple of reasons. One, it's actually not that cheap to make a car out of plastics and composites and things like that. Also, in terms of just a regular standard production car sort of standpoint, it presents a lot of problems. One, if, you know, if you dent a piece of metal, well, okay, just, you know, bend it, you know, like take a little hammer and bang it back into place. So, you know, like, it's easier to perform body work. There we go. Also, you may or may not be aware that the actual sheet metal of your car serves as a means of an electrical of closing certain electrical circuits in your car. Things like wiring to lights, and stereos, and all the rest of that stuff. Rather than make wiring leads that go from the battery of the car all the way to the back of your car and things like that, they're like tiny little impulses that can be just like slapping on the side of the car. Basically, that means that things like your taillights, they have to have wire leads if you know, your car is made out of a non-metal material. That oftentimes they have to be embedded within the fiberglass bodywork. And that, you know, can lead to problems as well if one of the wires sort of gets nudged out of place or something like that. It's going to be very hard to go back in and find and fix. Alright, I didn't exactly run away with that, but I won. That's good, right? As long as I can keep this car under control, though, it seems like it has the legs on the Viper GTS, which would be our primary consideration in this championship. Ka-ching! Alright, back to above 200 grand. Next session? What is the next session? Is it Special Stage R5? I feel like it's Special Stage R5. It is! I'll go ahead and start qualifying. This seems like it could be a circuit that would benefit the Cerbereaaa LM. If I can keep it on the island, as they say. I think the reason they talk about keeping it on the island is they're actually just talking about pavement. Because usually pavement ends up being surrounded by grass and other stuff at a racetrack. Certainly not this one. That wasn't the best handling of that right. I am looking too far ahead or not far enough ahead. Not sure which one, but definitely I'm not looking the appropriate amount ahead. Oh, it does have 6 speeds. It's kind of curious. I haven't actually been to a track where got anything out of that top gear. Yeah. Okay, not a very good qualifying result. Possibly because of that point where I sort of started smushing up against the walls after going out way too wide in the previous corner exit. So then I attempted to overcorrect to make sure I didn't slam into a wall. Well, you folks all saw how it went. I don't need to bore you with details. Get out of my way. Ouch. Come on, get out of whatever that was. Okay. Now, can we match the Viper on this straight? Can we catch up to the Viper? Nice thing is this engine does have a wide power band, so if you happen to find yourself caught in the wrong gear, it's not the end of the world. Whew. It actually ended up being a good line out of here. I ought to be able to get a lot of speed down this straight. Now then, big question is, I've actually figured out a good technique to get through those final S bends, and for that matter, this set of bends. Hey, what do you know? Just not randomly flipping into the wall does turn out to be a good technique. I just gotta make sure that wherever that Viper is, it doesn't pass me. I don't think it's gonna pass me. Yay! Another victory! Phew! TVR, TVR is one of those ones that, pretty sure the original factory is gone. The name may live on in some form or another. For a while there, it was sold off to a, Russian billionaire. But was still making, you know, similar sorts of cars, these very lightweight. I mean, they did have sort of a hand-built feel to them, apparently, from what I heard. You know, hand-built feel could also be code for, you know, like bits and trim pieces tended to fall off of them, but, you know. Can't say. I've only ever, like, you know, maybe even only ever seen a couple. I don't remember if I've actually seen a TVR. This car does not have that large of a. It seems, and you know, maybe either A, I'm wrong, or B, it's the way that I'm driving the car, or it's not evident externally, or what. But this car does seem to have a it does seem to switch pretty suddenly from understeer to oversteer, which I think some people might, in I guess NASCAR parlance, that ends up being a car that's loose or a car that's pushing. Basically, the way that it ends up being described is if you're going into a turn and your car hits the outside wall of the turn, it was understeering. If it ends up hitting the inside wall of the turn, it was oversteering. Basically, understeer being when you turn the wheel and the car does not respond with the amount of steering that you really wanted it to have, versus oversteer being you turn the wheel and the car essentially tried to go into a spin. And of course, you know, there are apparently various different drivers through the years who've liked their car to slightly oversteer or slightly understeer. So I hear, anyways. I mean, the advantage to a car that oversteers, I guess, is that it is going to change direction very quickly. So if you can manage to keep it under control, it will steer in very sharp fashion. The advantage to having a car that that's a car that oversteers. Having a car that understeers, I guess, the bright side of that would be it's going to be a little more manageable, generally speaking. You are not going to have a car that the back end steps out from underneath you, or whatever it is that they say. Alright, here we go. This car is actually quite pleasant for this circuit once you get used to it, I say, and then the back end starts to step out from under me. Ha ha ha, TVR. You do like to have your fun, don't you? At my expense, I might add. This is good, though. We got another good finish. Finish! I can't even remember which of the, like, old Sega Saturn era racing games that was from. Might have been Sega Rally Championship, which of course is the home of everyone's favorite game over theme. My best friend has a Saturn. He has that game, and I remember even before everything got on YouTube and everything became memes. Remember, would hear that and think, "Wow, that's the silliest thing ever." I'll go ahead and start the qualifying here on Grand Valley East. Hopefully, I can figure out how the car is going to work. Take it on faith. Which direction am I going here? Backwards, right? So yeah, okay. Hairpin will be at the end. This is going to be that one sort of, this one will start with the long sweeper, which poses its own difficulties, actually. Although, hey, if I can keep it together like this for a lap, I'll be in great shape. I suppose this may be a comparison that I make a lot, possibly too much. This car's a little bit like the Viper. It's big, hefty, I mean, it's not even that hefty, but it's just... Of course, the Viper is not that heavy either, outside of its awesome engine. I pretty much rid me of having a good qualifying time, but it's a big, powerful, grippy tire, but still plenty of power to be able to, yeah, knock to sort of overpower the tires. Rear-wheel drive car. Actually, I should check out the starting lineup. Do I? Okay, yeah, I have a handsome horsepower advantage over all these other cars, so really, I should be doing this well against them. Honestly, I'm sure that some of you are asking why I'm not doing better against all of them, even though I have won every race thus far. People are wondering probably why I haven't done better, why I haven't just been miles ahead of all these other races. And you know what? I can't put up that good a defense. Hey! And yes, to a certain extent, you are keeping other cars behind you by virtue of them just not being able to pass you. That is true. I can hear all of you wondering, all of you future peoples, as you watch this video. To a certain extent, the reason that I'm not being passed right now is because, oh, there's a car in front of them. I don't necessarily want to hit it. I mean, as you've seen, they will, but it's not their first inclination. Whoa. There we go. Sometimes, see, the problem that you have when you're trying to learn how to drive a new car is that sometimes the problem is that if you don't drive the car aggressively enough, it won't respond in the right way. The tires won't dig in because, you know, the car is designed to maintain a certain amount of grip. And you get that through, some of that you get through aerodynamics, which comes through the, an aerodynamic grip you get more of the faster that your car goes, because more air is passing over the, like, wings and foils and crazy bodywork pieces of the car. So, you know, if you don't get going fast enough to make all that stuff kick in, then, you know, you're not going anywhere with the car. Or you're not reaching the car's max potential. Although, hey, that guy shifts down to third gear along this turn. Of course, he's not driving around at race pace now, so... Wait a minute, the Corvette's past the Viper here. I didn't even, like, run any interference on that. They're splitting the points down there. I'm not even having to give myself that extra safety margin. They're doing it for me. Man, that's great. Great teamwork by the Corvettes against the Viper, apparently. Special stage R11. Oh, is this the last session? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, is this only 4 race champion? I thought there was another... I can't imagine the championship ending on a race other than Special Stage R11, and yet I thought there were more races to the championship than this. Yeah, maybe I'm mistaken. Well, I mean, clearly I'm mistaken in one or the other. It's a matter of which way I'm mistaken. That's a good way to go through life, folks. Knowing you're wrong, just not knowing how exactly you're wrong. Oh, there you go. I collided with that wall. That probably means I will not be starting from pole. I mean, I can live with this. I believe, I have to go back and check that running order again. I believe I would have to finish quite terribly in order to not win the championship now. Which, if I continue to have these sorts of problems during the actual race, I might actually finish quite terribly. Alright, well, clearly I'm not qualifying in first anyway. So that's one other potential problem with fiberglass cars. Not really sure whether or not they are quite as sturdy as a car made of steel, for example. Be like, would you rather be in a car accident surrounded by your car, or would you rather be in a car accident surrounded by bathtubs? I'm sure it's a different quality of fiberglass that gets used in the thing, but still, kind of amusing, right? Also, fiberglass, I guess, in thin amounts gets used as that pink insulation stuff inside your house. Matter of fact, the house where I'm living right now, we're in the process of getting some new stuff of that getting put in. Because I think the stuff that's in there came with the original house, and the original house is older than I am. So there you have it, folks. If I were fiberglass insulation, it might be about time that I got looked at getting replaced. Oh, apparently it's time for WrestleMania down here, huh? I wonder how far ahead that Viper has gotten by not being involved in this melee. What on earth? Yes, I did get punted around a little bit there. Yes, this is a car where it definitely does not pay to get on the wrong side of neutral. This car will go around in a hurry. Oh, that probably didn't help either. Well, okay, in the next 2 laps, let's see how many of these back markers I can pass. Can I pass the DB7? I can both tell by the fact that it's looks a little bit green, and by the fact that it's in this championship and in last place. So every time that I'm on screen watching the cars drive around, the computer car that I'm looking at cannot negotiate that switchback. I have noticed this. I just noticed that guy seemed to go terracing in a non-professional manner through that section of turns as well. I thought that the fact that the computer could figure out how to do that was the one thing that separated it from me. No, not completely around. Come on. Give me some credit. Give me some credits. I gotta blame that on being bumped by other cars. I think I can afford to not place highly in this race, but kinda didn't want to have to test the theory. Alright, I could beat you to the finish line at least. May not be able to defeat whatever Corvette is up there. Nope. So, that was a terrible Special Stage R11. But is Special Stage R11 the end of this championship? I do not know. 21 plus 9, 36 plus 3. Okay, so I still got this. Next. Yay. Chink, 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 chink. Ring. Right. Yay. Okay, or continue. Thank goodness. There is no more. I still won the championship by $10,000, or not 9 points. Whatever. $10,000. I don't know where that number came from. I mean, it is what you get for winning each race. But either way, I'm the series champion. I have a new car. I should check my garage. I should check my garage, folks. You should chickadee check your garage before you riggedy wreck your garage. So chickadee check your garage before you riggedy wreck your garage. That's right, folks. Do these things. There we go. We almost have the first page of special events all completely filled out, and we've gotten a start on these. I don't know if I'm ever going to get around to doing all of the endurance races. I suppose it depends on how much strong public demand there is, because those will take a very long time. We got the concept car, folks! Yay! Look at it, it has 560 friggin' horsepower. The Dodge Copperhead. I think I know what I'm going to do next! Ha-ha! Anyhow, folks, this is, this is Bobo the Vulture. We got the concept car, folks. That's great news. And when we come back next time, I might have to find some place to take it out for a spin. Thanks very much for watching, folks. I will see you next time on Let's Play Gran Turismo. Bye now.